Alrighty, guys, welcome to playoff preview number 4, and this is going to be our other semifinals match. We just wrapped up Imagine Esports versus Bronze X Penguins. We're going to be talking about Owlbear Express and Apes Together Strong. So we have the bye week being granted to Owlbear Express as the number 2 seed. Apes Together Strong had to power through their quarterfinals matchup, which they did against Ebros, and so as the number 4 seed, they're going to be facing off against Owlbear Express. I'm joined by AMO from the Owlbears. And AMO, while the seeds are 2 and 4, and maybe a bit of a difference in the record there, a couple of wins, Apes Together Strong looked really strong in their quarterfinals. So I don't think, and do you think this is going to be a pretty close series? Because I think it's going to be a brawl based on how strong they look right now.
Yeah, they absolutely dominated in the first round of the playoffs. It was an extremely convincing win against a pretty good team with a good winning record in the third place. Ebros, who've shown consistency in the past few seasons. So the fact that they've come together recently as Apes Together Strong, they're looking super strong. Just like their name suggests. Hopefully we can match them and put up a good fight.
Now, you guys played them in week 4, which is a few weeks ago, and they had a completely different roster. You were subbed out for that game. So, like, we talked in their first quarterfinals matchup, and I talked with Rando about this. They had 3 different players. They had Scattercat in, they had Goose in top lane, and Diving in mid, I believe. So you guys 2-0ing them in pretty strong fashion there. Does it mean a whole lot for you guys going forward? Like, you weren't even playing on that roster. They had to get a support sub for you at the time. How much stock are you putting in those games as you prepare for this matchup?
Zero stock whatsoever. None of the people that played in that match for Apes Together Strong are playing the positions going into this match. So why would I take any information from the match about their team?
Fair enough. What do you think has been the biggest upgrade for their roster, or the biggest surprise for their roster going into their really couple of strong performances at the end of the season and in quarters? Which position do you think has been probably, would you say, the biggest upgrade for those guys?
They put their best players back in their best roles. They got Randomonium back in the jungle and out of support. They got Cyanite out of the jungle and into a solo lane. They brought in Uncle's Alone Time, known as ABCDEFF at 15, who's played support multiple times before for them and for other people in previous seasons as a support player. They've brought in a top laner to play top lane. Not saying that Goose wasn't a good top laner. He was actually a really good top laner. And then they, before, I think they were bouncing between Scattercat and Diving, both playing mid and ADC because they had different champion pools. Now they got an ADC carry playing an ADC carry.
Yeah, and they look really strong on paper. They don't look like a 4 seed. They look like a contender for finals, and so that's up to you guys to rise to the challenge there. If there's a weakness in Apes Together Strong that you guys think you can exploit, what do you think that is?
Just can play better on the day. We're all in gold except for like the one plat kid. So I mean, or the some silver people on my team. So like it just depends. We just have to play better on the day. We don't have to win 9 out of 10 times. We just have to win 2 out of 3 on a single day.
Is it you that typically rallies the troops on game day, that plans the draft, that sets the game plan, and coaches the guys to execution on that? Is that typically you on the roster?
I mean, I would like to say that I take that role up of making the game plan, but I don't want to leave anyone out. All players' input is pretty well valued on how we go to create our teams.
Yeah, you guys had some a ton of people with high stats this season. You led the league in vision score. Wookie was voted all first team top laner, very deservedly. You had several people way up there in assists, and you just put together some really strong statistics for this season. Does that lend a lot to your strength of your team? Does it lend to the type of play style you guys approach each game with? Or is it a little bit of both? What would you say kept you guys way up there in the numbers?
Long games. Everyone else is finishing games in under 30 minutes, and our average game time is closer to 35. Right? That means more dragons. That means more opportunity to place wards. It's the only reason why my ward score is high is because we play longer games. Only reason why our assist scores are all over 100 is because we all played really long games. Long games means more kills, means more damage, means more gold. So that's just generalization on some of those statistics on why they're much higher. If people actually thought that I was a good support and my numbers were valued, I would have actually gotten votes for All Stars. I'm just kidding. I'm a terrible support. No one should ever vote for me for All Stars. That'd be a waste. Like, I mean, yeah, Wookiee got first team All Star for a reason, right? People didn't enjoy playing against him, or they thought playing against him was a more difficult lane matchup, or they felt that they needed to do certain things in their team drafts against my team that targeted at Wookiee, and those and that's definitely a lot of respect shown to him, and I know he's worked pretty hard to put the carry pants on in the top lane, and we're very appreciative of that.
Yeah. So you've played a season of top lane. You've played a season of jungle. You played a little bit of mid. Correct me if I'm wrong. It might have been a full season of mid.
Yeah, full season of mid.
Full season of mid. You've now jumped down to support. Will we see a full season of ADC AMO next season?
Dude, I will go wherever I'm needed for my team. I will play whatever position they want. I'm not one of these. I'm old school, season 0, season 1, where sometimes in your ranked game there wasn't a jungler. Why? Because no one jungled, right? Like, I've played this game long enough that I feel comfortable in all the roles. I'm never going to be outstanding in any of them, but as long as I'm a B- at all of them, I think I can help a team.
Nice. Fill or feed. Amo's play style. Which role was the most fun out of all the 4 that you played during the season? Or is that like team dependent and like how your team did that gave you the joy? But if you were to take all that out of it, which role, which standalone role would you say was the most fun for you to play of the 4?
I would say probably a solo lane is the most fun, but maybe it's because of the type of when I was playing them. You'll notice that I do have the most Shen experience in the server. So I've played a ton of Shen top and in the jungle and support. I love that champion, but I mean, it just depends, right? Because as long as you're playing something that you want to play and it's fun, that you enjoy being on, I don't think the role matters that much at this level.
Yeah. So so we talked a little bit about the strength of apes. What strength do you guys have that you can exploit in this series? And if you're to take the win, how do you think? What strength do you think will be the key factor for you guys? What do you think that they cannot handle that you'll bring to the table?
I wouldn't say they can't handle it, but that just means that our carries played properly and our supportive people played supportively properly. Our engages were clean. Our disengages, worked. Maybe a key pick at the right time or not fail flashing into a wall. Sometimes it's not the, it's not the whole, you can't, hit a home run and get 5-point runs back, right? The max you can get is 4. So sometimes you just have to keep hitting those singles and then, go for the home run when it happens.
Do you guys have a specific team comp that you enjoy playing more than others? What's been you guys' favorite composition to run, at least for you, so far this season?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know, something where I've gotten bot lane, whether it's been Delta or Umagu down in the bot lane with me, set up safely. So we can just get out and run, right? Me and Soul or Umaga when he's in the jungle, just making random visits up the top lane, or going up with Delta when he's in mid, and just randomly showing up at their blue buff and getting those mid game skirmishes going on. I think when we're kind of at the most fun aspect of it. And the chess match that's moving. That's at least when I enjoy it the most.
I like it. Eamon, what's your favorite champ overall?
Shen.
What's the champ
that was easy.
What's the champ you always ban in solo queue? Or ban the most of?
Currently or probably total?
Currently.
Evelyn.
Evelyn. Yeah, probably get
Yeah,
that from a lot of people.
it's just, I mean, in solo queue, like lack of vision is so ridiculous compared
Hmm.
to team play that uh, it just remove it. I mean, all the stealth champions, all the troll pulls and pools and interrupts, like Fizz and Vlad,
Yeah.
Shaco. I mean, they all have their times and places where they're the ones most targeted because I think that certain mechanics lend themselves to be more counterable than others.
Sure.
And I personally don't just ban like whoever's the biggest like stat check champion at the moment. I tend to go for more of that weird utility thing that can make a champion not fun to play against.
Nice. Your series versus Apes together strong. Do you think they take a game off of you, or are you guys gonna 2-0 them?
Oh, there's no way we 2-0 them.
Okay. So it's gonna
This
be
is this is the
close.
playoffs. This is the playoffs, and this is semifinals. If if you're expecting a 2-0 from us, then you haven't paid attention to any of our games.
All right.
We won 2 games by minions this season.
By minions?
By minions.
As in they
The
ended the
VODs are
game while
there.
you were fighting.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's a good stat to have. Games won by minions.
Yeah.
I like it. Alrighty. Well, AMO, thank you so much for joining me on this playoff preview. Definitely looking forward to your match versus Apes Together Strong. When it gets scheduled, we'll let everybody in Noxus know so we can get that streamed. Loved getting all of the Noxus quarters and hopefully all the semi streams so you guys can see these two teams in action. Thanks again for joining AMO, and we'll catch you guys at the semifinals matches.